Hey, it's Kevin. I'm here at Peak Technologies. Let's head up to their warehouse and check out something cool. Hey, it's Kevin. I'm here at Peak Technologies and I just came across this heavy box. I can't lift it myself, so I need some help. Matt's gonna help me out. What am I holding right here, Matt?
Yeah, so you're looking at a Verve lift assist suit. What this does is it's like a backpack that you can wear while you're doing your job, and it's gonna do a little bit of lift assist help for you every time you need to pick up an object off the floor. It's super valuable for repeatable tasks. So if you imagine picking up totes and doing tote load operations all day, it is the perfect use case for lift assist. This is one of the coolest technologies because not only does it help you do your job more efficiently, not only will you end your day with more efficiency because it helps you do your lift, but you're gonna reduce your low back injury rate in the facility by up to 100%. Some of our customers have gone from 6 to 7 claims per month to 0 in 6 months. Wow. Just by this vest. So that's super amazing. Cool stuff. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you to put it on and I'll show you what you're doing as you go.
Yes.
So this guy you wear just like a backpack. There's going to be 2 chest straps that you put on across the fronts. And then pull down like a parachute strap on the side to tighten up that, just like it's a school backpack. There you go. And then you got your quad straps. Awesome. We'll turn this guy back on. It'll cinch up. So what it's going to do is there's a motor inside here that's going to tighten up a little lift assist string on here. You'll see it tighten up. You'll feel it. Give you a quick little tug. Alrighty, so go ahead and do an improper lift. Lift from your waist down instead of your knees down. Then go ahead and lift that guy back up.
Ooh. Yeah, I feel it kind of like pulling back up, right?
Yeah, so it's basically like a cantilever, right? The same thing that you do with your hamstrings to be able to pull yourself up, it's giving your hamstrings a lift assist. So what it does is it takes the weight from there and fixes your hip rotation before you get up, which forces that positive lift posture, which keeps that weight off. So you can do the same thing with a put down, and it's actually going to help you reduce that weight as you go down as well. And that's doing an improper lift. And then when you do a proper lift, it's still going to give you an assist, but it's less, right? It's going to give you a little bit of human feedback to essentially say, you know what, you're doing things right, or you probably shouldn't be doing that because we're going to pull really hard. The worse you do, the more it helps. And then we can take all of the data that's inside this. So there's an accelerometer and a bunch of sensors inside the top and in your leg straps. And when you're done for the day, we can plug it in. And what it does is it can give you data like, do you have proper lifts? Are you doing well? Do you need to be retrained? So we can take a look at the behaviors of a staff to avoid the incident in the first place. And more importantly, we're now capturing data like how much did we actually help offset your lifts? So did we save you 10,000 pounds of lifting in a day? Which is even more of an important measure for you, because if you got people that are constantly doing manual labor, that repetitive labor costs a lot, both in energy and fatigue. So we can reduce that fatigue, making your employees more efficient and safer.
Very interesting, and I love that you can tell that data too. I think that's a great thing. But even as I'm standing here, like I can feel it almost like it's like trying to correct my posture.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Which I have really bad posture, so maybe this is a good thing for me. But really interesting. So let me lift this here again just to kind of feel it. But I mean, I feel it kind of, like pull me back up almost, right? And help me do that. And I don't feel, I know I'm doing improper lift, right? But I don't feel like that stress in my lower back that's doing that.
Exactly.
And the comfortability too, I mean, is definitely like, it doesn't feel like it's really that heavy, and it doesn't feel like it would get tired after a while wearing it or get sick of it.
And even here, I mean, this is kind of a warm environment, especially for this time of year. Yeah. It's not too uncomfortable to wear. It's not going to increase your sweating, your ability to move around. You still have total flexibility with your upper body. It's not going to restrict your ability to move. You can get into a car and drive and get back out and still have it work without having to take it off as well.
Yeah.
And then one thing to share, which I think is the coolest story that I've ever heard, totally doesn't have an ROI associated with it, but in our first pilot we did with one of our major customers, the feedback that we got from one user was it had no impact on his day-to-day work for efficiency at the office. He was still able to do just as much because he was one of the top workers, but the quality of life increase that he got when he was home was dramatically different. He said that when I would get home from work, I would lay on the couch and I would rest for 2 hours to recover, and I wasn't playing with my kids, my friends. My kids would come up to me and say, hey Dad, do you want to play? And I couldn't do it. Because of this, he had enough left in the gas tank at the end of the day that he became a better father and had a better family life because he wasn't drained from work doing constant repetitive movement, draining his low back and making it to the point where he couldn't sit on the floor and play with his kids anymore.
Yeah.
So the soft benefits are just super cool.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's such a great example of like the kind of exponential or dividends that this is going to pay off, right, to be able to use that. Because, you know, you try to, and, you know, I was in charge of a safety program before, and you try to like coach as much as possible, proper lift, but you can't watch everybody all the time, right? And sometimes people, it's hard to correct that habit, right? So even if they're doing the improper lift, this can certainly help them to prevent that strain and those recordables after time, as you talked about as well, which I think is really amazing. And to be able to see that data that's tied into that too, I think takes it to the next level. So what is like the applications that you're seeing for customers using this in a warehouse environment?
So it's usually going to be offline and online work. So if you can imagine receiving pallets, doing teardowns, getting it onto conveyors, so you're doing side-to-side lifts, side down lifts, side up lifts. It goes all the way to manufacturing as well, right? So when you're doing finished goods stacking at the end, everything as a part of the supply chain from manufacture complete all the way through to product in the store involves product onto conveyor, product onto pallet, and pallet into store, where you're going to have some place where you've got a breakdown or a rebuild operation, and this is totally applicable to every single one of those tear down and rebuild steps.
Awesome. Really incredible stuff, and definitely really impressive, and I can feel it at like every movement I do. I feel it's like making me do the right movement and adjusting me, which I think is really fantastic.
Super cool, huh?
So really super cool, and I can see, you know, the ease of working with this every day and then feeling that comfort at the end of the day like you talked about. So how do people get one of these? What does it look like to put these into your operation?
Yeah, so we have a locker system over there. So we can sell units to equip every single person in the facility. They store in a locker, they charge in a locker, and the data gets ripped off by plugging into a USB port inside the locker. And you can find out more on how to acquire them at peaktech.com.
All right, awesome. So lift improper using this, right?
But
I'm not endorsing improper
Hopefully
lifting.
not.
But definitely use this and check it out from Peak Technologies, Verve Motion, to help you lift better, smarter, and be able to reduce those potential injuries within that lower back area and other areas as well, which is fantastic.
Very cool. Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video here on our YouTube channel, the New Warehouse Podcast, and I appreciate you tuning in. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video in particular, make sure you like it as well. And if you want to get this great t-shirt that you see in the video behind me, Warehouses Are Sexy, head to warehousesAreSexy.com and get your own.